Hi again, everyone, and welcome into Cincinnati Bengals Talk. I'm James Rapine of allbengals.com. Hit that subscribe button, ring the bell, and buckle up because we're going to have you covered all week long. It's Thursday night football, Bengals, Ravens, and Joe Burrow talked today. We're going to give you the best of Joe Burrow in just a second. Just a quick reminder to hit that subscribe button, ring the bell, and without further ado, also check out all of the other videos that we post this week because we're going to get you set for TNF. That said, let's get to the best of what Joe Burrow had to say on Tuesday.
Obviously, that was a hard-fought game on Sunday, and you have a short week this week. How are you feeling physically?
Yeah, sore, but you're sore every Tuesday, so we'll get it usually by Thursday. You're starting to feel pretty good, so got to work hard to get your body right the next 2 days.
We went back and watched the tape. What kind of jumped out at you about what y'all would have liked to do better?
Yeah, I mean, we did some good things. We had some explosives. Just needed an all-around better effort from the whole team in that game. They were playing really well, both sides of the ball, and didn't quite match their level of execution.
Something Brian's brought up a lot, Joe, is being better on first and second downs. Do you sense that and see that as well on film?
Yeah, in spots, but we've also been really good in spots too. Yeah.
Is it a matter of consistency and repetition? What would you say has to improve?
Yeah, I'm not sure about that specific situation. He's probably dived into the numbers a little more than I have on first and second down. So I trust what he says. We haven't quite talked about that.
We had a game like that on Sunday, and you have a short week against a divisional opponent with a game of this magnitude. What's kind of the biggest challenge about kind of switching gears and getting ready for a game like this on Thursday?
You just got to put it behind you quickly. There's no time to really sit and reflect too much because coaches are starting to game plan right after the game, and then Monday we're right into it. Monday's a Thursday, and today's a Friday, so you just got to put it behind you fast and move on.
In a game when you're trailing, how do you know when's the time to enter aggressive mode, and kind of what changes when you're in that kind of mode?
Yeah, that's something that you got to feel out. That second half, I entered aggressive mode, and obviously probably made quite a bit of plays, and then made a couple decisions that I probably wouldn't have made had the situation not been what it was. Some mistakes that you'd like to have back, but in the same sentence, you are trying to be aggressive, knowing that their offense is playing really well, knowing that their defense is playing well, and you're trying to make plays. So I wouldn't say I'm upset about any of the decisions that I made. Obviously, you'd like to have a couple back, but I think for the most part, I need to get better in that situation of turning the switch on and off. Being aggressive in spots and then knowing when to take the foot off the pedal.
How important is it that, at least publicly, but it sounds like privately too, the coaches always encourage that and never try to take away an opportunity you see to be aggressive?
Yeah, I think it depends on the situation. I tried to, early in my career I was, making a lot of those plays, and then, you try to pick your spots to make those, and there were spots that I had to on Sunday, and a lot of times you don't. A lot of times you can just play in the structure of the offense, and you're moving the ball well, and taking advantage of what the defense is giving you, and sometimes the defense is playing well, and you have to flip that switch and go into aggressive mode and try to make some plays. That was one of those days.
Brian said it's like making playoffs. Remember this one on Thursday. Do you feel there's a feeling of heightened stakes given kind of where y'all at in the season and kind of how the standings are shaking out so far?
Whenever we play these guys, it's always battle. Whatever the records are. Every time we play these guys, it's going to be tough. It's always going to be a lot at stake.
Do you feel like this one has added significance, though? That being said, given kind of how the season's going?
It's a big part of the year for both of us. They're coming off a loss. We're coming off a loss. We're both trying to, win the division. So it's a big game.
They know you. You know them. Is that beneficial, or does that make it that much more challenging on a short week?
Short week. It probably helps you a little bit. Like you said, we play them twice a year. We've played this group, several times now, 3 times last year, once already this year. So, like you said, we know them, they know us, and short week, not a lot of time to put in a bunch of new stuff. So we got what we got.
Ryan said with the interception in the end zone, a lot of players need to go watch the film, see what went wrong, where they should have gone instead. He said you probably knew as soon as you let go of the ball. Was that the case?
Yeah, it's obviously a decision that I wouldn't have made had in other situations. Like I said, I need to do a better job of turning that switch on and off, but I made similar plays early in the game that worked out well, that kept us in it. So obviously would like to have that one back.
This might sound like snark, but I assure you it's not. Last week you were talking about your early bedtime and the importance of rest. When you play a primetime game, a night game, how far ahead do you adjust your schedule? Do you stay up a little later to try to get ready for a late game?
Later on in the week, yes. You start to stay up a little later Friday, Saturday, because you're playing late into the night, so you're not going to bed quite as early. Just trying to get your body, your circadian rhythm ready to play.
The versatility of their linebackers with Queen and Roquan Smith, how tough are they pre-snap to get a gauge on, and what does that versatility do for their defense?
Yeah, they do a really good job, just disguising coverages, disguising pressures. You never quite know what they're in pre-snap. That makes it tough. They're tough physical players, fast, know what they're trying to do.
Going into these Thursday night games, do you ever reach a point, whether it's Wednesday night, Thursday morning, Thursday afternoon, where it feels like a typical game day or night before a game, or does it still feel rushed and crunched even leading into the game?
Once you start to get on that bus and go to the stadium, it starts to kick in. Your body starts to forget about all the bumps and bruises, and it's time to go out there and play. But leading up, it's all condensed with a lot of information, a lot of mental stress, trying to think about all the stuff you got in.
Do you enjoy being in a hostile environment in a primetime game?
Yeah, that's what you like about football. You like going into those environments, challenging yourself with teams like this in situations like this. It's a big opportunity for us.
What are the one or two things about that defense that you really got to be aware of, that you think Baltimore, what clicks in, what one or two elements?
They're obviously very physical at all positions, from the outside in, and they do a great job at disguising coverages. You never quite know what it is pre-snap, so you got to be, on your P's and Q's post-snap, knowing where you got to go with the football against every look.
How's Hamilton playing? They've said Hamilton is really up to this game. What do you see from?
Yeah, they're moving him around a little bit. Play some nickel, play some safety. He's got really good ball skills. I made a great play last week to get some points on the board. He's a good player.
What about Gino? Obviously, he had a play against you the first time you guys met. What sticks out about his ball hawking ability?
Yeah, they do a great job. Within the structure of their defense, they know what quarterbacks are trying to look at to try to figure out what coverage it is, and they know exactly how to position themselves and their hips and their feet to make that hard to know, and he does a really good job.
For more on the Bengals throughout the week, make sure you check out allbengals.com and keep it locked right here on Cincinnati Bengals Talk, because we have locker room interviews coming your way from Tuesday. We'll have our keys to victory, a prediction, our game day report, and much, much more, plus the latest injury news with plenty of guys nursing injuries. For Andrew Fox-Miller, our channel coordinator, I'm James Rapine, signing off for now on CBT, Cincinnati Bengals Talk.